Welcome. Today we are looking at speech work, focusing on word stress and intonation. This is a key topic in your English language exams for SS3. Pay close attention. Let us begin. First, let me explain what stress is. Stress is the emphasis placed on a syllable in a word or on a word in a sentence. Stressed syllables are pronounced louder, longer, and with higher pitch. Unstressed syllables are reduced. In many cases, the vowel in an unstressed syllable becomes a weak sound called schwa. Stress is important because it distinguishes words. For example, the word record as a noun and record as a verb have different stress patterns. The apostrophe before a syllable indicates primary stress. In record, the first syllable is stressed. In record, the second syllable is stressed. There are 3 levels of stress in English. Primary stress is the strongest. Secondary stress is weaker. Unstressed is the weakest. In the word education, the stress pattern is that the third syllable has primary stress, the first syllable has secondary stress, and the other syllables are unstressed. Now let me explain word stress rules. Word stress is not random. There are patterns. For 2-syllable nouns, stress is usually on the first syllable. Examples: paper, teacher, student, window, table. For 2-syllable verbs, stress is usually on the second syllable. Examples: receive, prefer, decide, repeat, complete. There are exceptions. Answer is both a noun and a verb with stress on the first syllable. Offer is both a noun and a verb with stress on the first syllable. For words ending in chun, shun, tian, stress is on the syllable before the ending. Examples: education, television, musician, competition, information. For words ending in ick, ickle, itty, stress is on the syllable before the ending. Examples: domestic, economical, ability, curiosity, simplicity. For compound nouns, stress is usually on the first part. Examples: greenhouse, blackboard, toothbrush, football, raincoat. For compound adjectives and verbs, stress is usually on the second part. Examples: old, fashioned, bad, tempered, understand, overflow. Now let me give you practice with word stress. Say these words after me with correct stress. Paper, teacher, student, receive, prefer, decide, education, television, musician, domestic, economical, ability, greenhouse, blackboard, toothbrush, old, fashioned, bad, tempered, understand. Now say them again. Tap your finger on the stressed syllable. Now let me explain sentence stress. Sentence stress is the emphasis placed on certain words in a sentence. Content words are usually stressed. Content words include nouns, main verbs, adjectives, adverbs, and negative auxiliaries like don't and can't. Function words are usually unstressed. Function words include pronouns, prepositions, conjunctions, auxiliary verbs, and articles. For example, in the sentence, I will meet you at the station, the stressed words are meet and station. The sentence sounds like, I will meet you at the station. The stressed words are louder and longer. Sentence stress gives English its rhythm. English is a stress-timed language. Stressed syllables occur at regular intervals. Unstressed syllables are squeezed in between. Practice sentence stress by tapping your finger on the stressed syllables. For example, the cat sat on the mat. Tap on cat and mat. The other words are said quickly. Now let me give you practice with sentence stress. Read these sentences. Tap on the stressed words. I will meet you at the station. Stressed, meet, station. She is going to the market. Stressed, going, market. They have been waiting for an hour. Stressed, waiting, hour. He can't come to the party. Stressed, can't come, party. What are you doing tomorrow? Stressed, what, doing, tomorrow. Please pass the salt. Stressed, pass, salt. I haven't seen him since Monday. Stressed, haven't seen, Monday. Now let me explain what intonation is. Intonation is the rise and fall of the pitch of your voice. Intonation conveys meaning beyond the words. It can indicate whether a sentence is a statement, a question, a command, or an exclamation. It can convey emotions like surprise, doubt, anger, or happiness. There are two main intonation patterns in English: falling intonation and rising intonation. Falling intonation is used for statements, commands, and WH questions. The pitch falls at the end of the sentence. For example, I am going home. Statement. Sit down. Command. What is your name? Question. Rising intonation is used for yes, no questions. Questions that express surprise and listing items. The pitch rises at the end of the sentence. For example, are you coming? Yes, no question. You did what? Surprise. I bought apples, oranges, and bananas. Listing. Rise after each item except the last. For listing, rise after each item and fall after the last. Now, let me explain fall-rise and rise-fall intonation. Fall-rise intonation is used to express uncertainty, doubt, or politeness. The pitch falls, then rises. For example, I think so. Uncertain. Maybe we could try. Polite suggestion. Rise-fall intonation is used to express strong agreement, surprise, or emphasis. The pitch rises, then falls sharply. For example, really, surprise, absolutely, strong agreement. Intonation can change the meaning of a sentence. The same words with different intonation can mean different things. For example, she is here, with falling intonation is a statement. She is here, with rising intonation asks for confirmation. She is here, with rise-fall expresses surprise or excitement. Now, let me give you practice with intonation. Say these sentences with falling intonation. I am leaving now. Close the door. Where do you live? Say these sentences with rising intonation. Are you ready? Did you see that? You are coming. Say these sentences with fall-rise intonation. I suppose so. Maybe we could. I think it's possible. Say these sentences with rise-fall intonation. Really? Amazing. I can't believe it. Now, let me explain how stress and intonation affect meaning. Stress placement can change the meaning of a sentence. Compare I didn't say he stole the money with stress on different words. Stress on I means someone else said it. Stress on didn't means I did not say it. Stress on say means I didn't say it, but I implied it. Stress on he means I didn't say he stole it, someone else did. Stress on stole means I didn't say he stole it, he may have borrowed it. Stress on money means I didn't say he stole the money, he stole something else. The same words can have many meanings depending on stress. Intonation also affects meaning. A rising tone at the end of a statement can turn it into a question. For example, you are coming. Statement, you are coming? Question, a rising tone can also express doubt. He is a doctor? Doubt. A falling tone expresses certainty. He is a doctor. Certainty. Now, let me explain common errors with stress and intonation. The first common error is stressing every syllable equally. This makes speech sound robotic. English has strong and weak syllables. Use stress. The second common error is stressing function words. Say, I will meet you at the station, not I will meet you at the station. The third common error is using the same intonation for all sentences. Use falling for statements, rising for yes-no questions. The fourth common error is using rising intonation for statements. This sounds uncertain or questioning. In some varieties of English, rising intonation at the end of statements is common. In Standard English, use falling. The fifth common error is not reducing vowels in unstressed syllables. Say sofa with a weak last syllable, not so far. Say about with a weak first syllable, not about. The sixth common error is placing stress on the wrong syllable. Learn the stress patterns of common words. Use a dictionary if unsure. Now, let me give you more practice with word stress. Say these words: record, noun, and record, verb. Present, noun, and present. Permit, noun, and permit, verb. Contrast, noun, and contrast, verb. Object, noun, and object, verb. Notice how the meaning changes with stress. Now, let me practice sentence stress with you. Read this sentence with stress on different words. I didn't take your book. Stress on I means someone else took it. Stress on didn't means I did not take it. Stress on take means I did not take it, but I might have borrowed it. Stress on your means I took someone else's book. Stress on book means I took something else. A common exam question asks you to identify the stressed syllable in a given word. Here is a sample answer strategy. Say the word aloud. Listen for the syllable that is louder, longer, and higher in pitch. Mark that syllable with an apostrophe before it. For example, record, noun, versus record, verb. If you are unsure, think of related words. The noun record has stress on the first syllable. The verb record has stress on the second. Another exam question asks you to identify the intonation pattern in a given sentence. Here is your answer strategy. Read the sentence. Determine the sentence type. Statement, WH, question, command, falling intonation, yes, no question, rising intonation, list. Rise after each item, fall after last. If the sentence expresses surprise or strong emotion, it may have rise, fall. If it expresses uncertainty, it may have fall, rise. Another exam question asks you to choose the correct stress pattern for a word. Here is your answer strategy. First, say the word. Listen to the syllables. Decide which syllable is stressed. Then look at the options. Choose the option that matches your pronunciation. If you are unsure, use the stress rules you have learned. Let me give you a quick summary. Stress is emphasis on a syllable or word. Stressed syllables are louder, longer, and higher in pitch. Word stress follows patterns. Nouns often stress the first syllable, verbs often stress the second. Sentence stress emphasizes content words. Function words are unstressed. Intonation is the rise and fall of pitch. Falling intonation is used for statements, commands, and WH questions. Rising intonation is used for yes, no, questions, surprise, and listing. Fall rise expresses uncertainty. Rise fall expresses strong emotion. Practice stress and intonation daily. Listen to native speakers. Record yourself. Compare. Keep reviewing. Keep practicing. See you in the next topic.